Testing, testing, one, one, two, three. Okay. We got sound. Pull up the Microsoft app. Microsoft Kinect for Windows. We're looking for this. Kinect Explorer D to D. Hang on for a second. Okay. Well, this week I've got the Jedasoft screen set up already, so I don't have to do anything with it. I've been playing around with that screen, specifically this screen. I've been playing around with that one. I guess we'll go over these. Oh, we already got somebody in the chair. I didn't realize. Okay, well. Alright, so what I don't know is I have the Jedasoft screen already set up, so now I don't have to spend the 5 minutes orienting that thing. Okay, so since we've got something in the chair already, just to confirm that there's something there, there's two things that can be done. Okay, if it's a false positive, then what would happen is if I move the chair, the stick figure will stay in the same place. Okay, the stick figure won't move, but the chair will. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull this chair towards me, and the stick figure will stay in the same spot. And I'm moving it. Okay, so the stick figure stayed there. Okay, so now the second test to run to see if there's actually something in the chair, because we can clearly see that there's not. Okay, what I'm going to do is the next test is, you see, he's setting off the balls already, so I guess the next test is pointless, because that was actually test number 3 to see if he could set a ball off. But the second test is to see if they react to stimulation. So what I'll do is I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to put it over the thing's head. 1, 2, 3. See how he's reacting. And he's setting that ball off. Hey. No. He's looking back at that mirror. Not sure what to make of that. Let me try. Here, squeeze my hand. Okay, now I want to take a closer look at the Jedasoft screen. Okay, because what I'm going to do now, I'm not sure, I need to take the headset off, but I'm going to stand behind the chair. Okay, and what I've noticed that will do is that will that'll bring the Jedasoft screen in the not the thermal screen in the upper right, but the Jedasoft screen on the tripod there. that will have a lot of activity in the chair once I get behind it. No, that didn't play out like it did earlier today. I'm going to try moving the chair back to its original spot and see if I can reproduce the result that way. Any light that illuminates at this point. There we go. Okay. So those lights are me. Now I'm going to take the headset off. I'm going to stand behind the chair. Yeah, that's the result I was getting earlier. Okay, so and I think what that does is it's just allowing for multiple entities to hammer away at at the lights. Okay, I'm going to try this again. Let's see if I can get here with the headset on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 balls simultaneously. That's probably the most that I've ever been able to achieve by just hitting the chair. Let me try hitting the string. The string didn't do anything. Wow. I had to hit that string pretty hard to light those guys up. Okay, no, you gotta wait. You gotta wait until the lights shut off first before you start hitting them again, okay? Otherwise, I don't know that you did it. Alright, so he's hammering away at the ball on the far left and also on the far right. And so, if we're going to see something get lit up, it was probably going to be those two balls. And as has been the case for some time, it's this middle ball here. This one here is the easiest one to light up, so just try to hit it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. No, you got to wait for the lights to shut off first before you start hitting them. Okay, otherwise we can't tell it was you that lit them up. Okay, now it's every ball as hard as you can. If that ball's not lighting up, go to the next ball. Keep going on. Hit every single ball before you go back and try to hit the same ball again. Because I can see you're hammering away at this ball right here, but you're not having any success. I can also see you're hammering away at the ball on the right, and according to the Jedasoft screen, really even the Kinect screen shows I got some movement going on my legs. So the guy that's on me may very well be hammering away at these things too. Try this ball, okay? This ball right here. That's going to be the easiest one for you to set off, okay? Trying to go after the other ones, you may or may not have success. I'm glad that they got the ball that they did, because for the last 3 weeks they've just been hammering away at this first ball here, which they're hammering away at now. And it's almost like the other 7 balls don't exist to these guys. The ball on the far right, they were able to get that one, but they, as is usually the case, once they get one to light up, they just want to keep lighting that one up and never stop. But I'm not really, I don't really care if they get it again. Let me see what time it is. Been going on for 15 minutes now, so I'm only going to go to half past the hour. going to do the test with the Faraday Fabric. Play some hide and seek and see how smart this guy is. Okay, so I'm going to separate the stick figure from my body by doing this. There you go, you found me. All right. That guy wasn't bad, but I made it a little bit easier for him so he didn't just have to find my head. The thing is, if they go high, uh, that might satisfy them because they can see what I'm doing. And so I may or may not be able to lift that sheet above where their neck can stretch out to, and they can stretch their limb out a really long distance. I mean, I've seen them be able to set it out probably about 30 feet. I took a sheet and I scraped them off me. I handed them to somebody else and had them walk out of the room. And they had one leg at one point, just a singular point, hooked to the back of my knee. And I couldn't feel it at all. At the time, I was trying to ascertain how is it that they were able to get back to me without the screen picking up how they re-entered the room. And so I scraped them off and handed them to my son, who brought them out to another room. And we could see the stick figure left, but its leg just kept going and going and going, and it never got unhooked. And for me to unhook it, all I had to do was do that, and that was it. But they were still able to get into the room and back onto me without the camera, the video capturing it, okay? And ultimately what we determined was they're moving at about the speed of light, and I'm only recording at 30 frames per second. So I ultimately figured out how they were doing it just because I recorded them so many times that there were a few occasions where I just got lucky, and I saw that they were either, generally speaking, they're going straight after the mirror. That seems to be where they're entering in and out. That's the portal, but the location of the portal is not really even that significant, because the fact is that I could take this mirror out and eliminate the portal. I can go to someplace else that doesn't have a mirror, and the way that they're going to enter in and out of the room is through a portal, which seems to be something they could create dynamically depending on where they are. So the portal, its location is not at all static. Um, okay, well, I'm going to move the chair back over here so I get a better shot of the mirror. Okay, I just set those lights off, so disregard those. Okay, so now I'm going to go walk over to the mirror, and we're going to see what we can see. Actually, what I should do first is I should change. Well, let's do this. I don't want to get in front of this and then have to put him back in his chair. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm gonna interact with the mirror and see. Actually, the mirror is going to be an issue because the Microsoft system can only limb track two of them simultaneously, and that's a problem because I've already got two on the screen. So if I open the mirror, okay, so if we look at the infrared display, you can see how it's totally red. Then when I move it and have it face me, now it's not totally red anymore, and it's not. Oh, I lost the stick figure that was on me. Oh, no, he's over there. He's over there. Okay, he's gone now. He's back on me. Okay, so now you look at the Jedasoft screen and you can see there's a stick figure that's on me in the mirror reflection, and then there's something else to the right of that. Okay, now we've got a flicker on the infrared display in the upper right. All right, well, for me to do a proper mirror test, then I need to get this guy out of the chair. So you got to go. Yeah, I need you to go. I'll put you back when I'm done with this test, okay? All right, now we're going to move the chair all the way to the right. And okay, so now I can change the display. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch. And somebody came on the screen already. I don't know where he came from. the ball on the lower left is illuminated, so they just hit that. Okay, so now I've got a character on me. The Microsoft is tracking. Damn it, come on guys, I need you to sort of stick with the program here. They're setting that ball on the left off right now. Okay. Uh, you should probably let it stop, because, hang on. Now they got two balls going off at once. We got the ball in the far left going off. Okay. So here's what we're going to do now. Right now, I'm the yellow stick figure on the screen. Okay, I can tell that's not me because as we can see, my left arm is behind my back. And right now I can take my right arm and interact with my left hand. Wherever that went, I can't find it. No, there it is. Okay, so there will be two stick figures that appear here. Okay, we got a lot of activity going on in the chair right now. I'm not really sure what to make of that. Huh. They're hammering away at that stuff. Alright, so I'm going to take the headset off so I can do the mirror test. So what we're going to see is I'm going to stand in the mirror. As soon as it's pointed at me, there's going to be another stick figure that's going to try to latch on to me, but it's going to latch on to what it's seeing in the mirror and not on me directly. We got a lot of activity in that chair on the Jedasoft screen. Anyway. So that's a totally different entity. The entity that's in the mirror, if you could see how he's moving compared to the stick figure that's on me, there's no correlation between the movement, and I can actually interact with the guy on the mirror and mess with him a little bit. And so, not no idea what to make of the issue with the mirror there. I haven't had anyone give me any kind of explanation for that. Alright, I'm going to move the chair back to the center. I lit up all those balls again. I lit up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 simultaneously without trying. So you can see it's nearly impossible for me to set only one of them off. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to stand behind the chair. See when I get nearer the chair now? Yeah, so the legs on the stick figure that's on me are trying to hit the ball right now. Okay, so I'm gonna put one in the chair. I'm gonna put the chair between me and it, and then put this guy that's on me into the chair, and see if we can get any more success with him lighting up different balls. Okay. Try hitting the balls on the string first, and then go for the balls that are on the chair. The balls on the string are going to go off more easily. That one in particular, the middle ball, just hit as hard as you can. Go right through it. Boom, boom, like that. Strike it. Kick it, punch it. Okay, so now I'm going to stand closer to the chair and see if I can get both of them working at it at the same time. I'm just looking at the Jedasoft screen. Okay, so when I do that, now the Jedasoft screen lights up. Okay, and generally speaking, they got it. They got the one all the way to the lower left. Well done. Try one of the other balls now. Don't just keep hammering away at the same ball. That ball will work for a while because I just replaced that this morning. Yeah, but try a different ball. You keep hammering away at that one ball all the way in the left. I get it. You can do that one, but what about one of these other ones? That was me. One time I only set off two of them. Yeah, let me try reorienting one of these balls. There we go. Okay, so the ball on the far right has been oriented. The ball on the far left is good. Okay, wait wait for these to shut off first before you start hitting them, otherwise we're not going to know it was you. They may have set off the ball all the way to the left on the string. Maybe not. I'm not going to give him much more time today. We'll keep this short. It's 38 minutes past the hour, so I'm going to record until for another 7 minutes. Hey, there you go. You got it. I'll give you credit for the last one now because it was the same ball. And we can see some activity on that side on the Jedasoft screen. You see, now he's trying to hammer and set off another ball, which is good for him. I would love to see them light up more than one simultaneously. There you go. You got that one down. But I can't help but notice, of the balls that they've illuminated today, they were the ones on the far left part of the chair, and which is the part of the chair that I am physically closest to. So I think that the odds are much better. There's much greater opportunity for success in terms of producing a positive result when there's multiple entities working on it simultaneously, and they're going to jump whoever's in the room. So there's always going to be one on me unless I haven't stepped in front of the camera. Okay, maybe they're on me already even before I've stepped in front of the camera. I just know that they once they know they're in the camera view, they can't jump on to that fast enough. When I first started attempting to record them, I thought it was going to take me no time because of how much activity there was in the house at the time. And I was telling people that, I'll produce results and positive results in 48 hours, thinking that I could produce them in 24 hours. So I was just giving myself twice the time. From that point, it took 6 months, and I had still failed. I turned the cameras off, and I gave up. I left the room. I just thought, well, maybe whatever this was is gone. And I left the room. I got something to eat. I returned less than 30 minutes later, and the room was in disarray. And I thought, you've got to be kidding me. Right? All right, well, I'm happy with the results today. We got 2 balls illuminated, maybe even more. They may have illuminated 3 of them, but I'm not giving them credit for any of the work that, or any of the lights that were set off on the far right. So you can see they are hammering away there. Yes, he's really hammering away at the bottom. Now, if I look at that Jedasoft screen, there is somebody to the right of the chair, like child size, that's also hammering away at that. Uh, but the Microsoft screen is not picking it up. Okay, well, you got 2 minutes, so try to set off a different ball, one that you haven't set off already today. You see, if you look at the Jedasoft screen, what you'll notice is the character they have that's on the chair. That's not what that is. The Jedasoft screen isn't the same as the Microsoft screen. The Jedasoft screen is looking for a head. Once it's found a head, which it's finding by its heat signature, it then applies the rest of the body. Um, um, it just assumes it's there regardless of whether it can track the limbs. Okay. The Microsoft screen's a little bit different. It's looking for, it's looking at your face. It can't generate that stick figure from the back of your head. Okay, and on the face, it's looking for two eyes and a mouth with a unique heat signature. And even then, it still has to have be able to find the limbs. Uh, and so, if Microsoft can't, if it's unable to do that, then what happens is it doesn't actually put a stick figure on the screen. But what I'm seeing over on the Jedasoft screen is it's picked up my head in the mirror, and then it's applied the rest of the stick figure to that in front of the chair. But I don't think that that guy is really there. Anyway, this is it for today. That went better than I thought, faster than I thought. So that's the end of the recording. If you have any suggestions for additional tests, um, leave me email afterlife science and technology at gmail, or leave a message in the comments.